Okay. Okay, guys, so let's start. So yesterday we have gone through MGRE and today is the VPN, one of the easiest topic again. Because if you are clear about the MGRE, what is NHRP and why do we need it? So this is just a 5 minutes task for the day. Okay. So, where is the lab? So first of all, we talk about here DM VPN phase 1, 2, 3. After that, IPsec over MGRE, that would just take 2 minutes, and then dual hub. So most probably tomorrow we'll finish this MGRE. So guys, next week I'm not. I think I have not posted in the group till now. So 23rd and 24th we have holidays. Okay, Navami and the Dashera is there. Okay, so 2 days it's official holiday, and the next class after tomorrow, the next class would be on Wednesday. Okay, Monday and Tuesday there are holidays. Yes, that I'll let you know. Okay, this is I'm talking about the VPN right now. Yes, and Saturday again, I'll be only. That is only on Sunday. So after DM VPN and MGRE, which topic you want to start at? Like we have two options. Okay, first we'll go with the CA based VPN, certificate based. After that, we'll get into the SSL. Yeah, this is only I was using it. Yeah. Start all the nodes and it's the same interface, we'll use it. So what is the concept? The concept is now same. This is my hub. This is spoke 1 and spoke 2. First, let's talk about the two spokes. This is ISP and so this is hub and what IP we are using here 11.1. This is 12.1 and this is we have 13.1. So we just need a reachability first of all, right? Spoke 1 and this is about spoke 2. So what would be the tunnel IPs? The tunnel IPs would be here 192.160.1.1. This would be the .2 and this would be the .3. Okay, so let's start with the configuration on hub. Okay, so same like as yesterday. Okay, interface tunnel 0. Interface tunnel 0. IP address 192.160.1.1. Tunnel source 11.1. If I mention tunnel destination, then it would become point-to-pointer, but I need multi-point. So for that, what I need to enable tunnel mode GRE multi-point. The moment you have enabled multi-point, you have to enable NHRP, IP NHRP network ID 10. After that, up to here it's same. Now after this, I have to make the mapping. What is needed now? Mapping for the unicast traffic and for the multicast traffic. But today, this mapping, I'm not going to be doing it manually here. Sorry, manual. Yesterday we have done manual. So today is all about dynamic here. So today is all about. So this configuration is now on spoke 1. 2, 12.1. This is here. Network ID is common. So now what we have to do it, we have concept about NHS. What is the concept we have? NHS here. Who would be NHS into this? Hub is my NHS. Okay. So what we have to define here? We have to define here NHS. Who's my NHS here? So IP, NHRP, NHS 192.160.1.1. How to reach IP, NHRP mapping 192.160.1.1. How to reach 11.1.1. This is only mapping is needed where? Only on the spoke. Okay. Yesterday, even I was doing the mapping for the what? On the hub as well for the spokes, but today that is not needed here. Okay. So what happened? The moment once you would define the NHS here, okay, so immediately the spoke one, okay, that would try to register himself with the whom? With the NHS. Who's the NHS there? I'll show you request and reply. There would be one registration request and the registration reply will be there. So what happened in now in the NHS? Okay. So what would be the source IP, the inside, what is the NHS I have mentioned? 192.1. So it would try to register with whom? 192.160.1.1 here. So this is not ICMP. Yesterday I was using, or I was talking about ICMP. ICMP was means which payload I was using that. ICMP payload. So today we have which data actually, which payload would be the NHS registration request. Yesterday ping was what? Ping was ICMP. Okay. Today that registration request would be there with the name as a NHS registration request here. After that, there would be internal like inside header. Which header would be the inside header? So in the inside header, what would be the source IP? Because I am trying to register with whom? 192.1.192.1. And what would be my source? 192.2. Okay. After that, there would be GRE header, and then there would be outer header. In the outer header in the source, I have already mentioned who's my source? 12.1 here. And who's the destination? This is the source IP. And what would be my destination IP? So for that, it has to refer what? Mapping. It has to refer towards what? Mapping. Who's that 192.160? How to reach? Via 11.1 and this request would be. So this entry is where this is static. This is what? This is static only on spoke. This is static on spoke here. But once it would send the, because this is updated in the NHRP table of what? Spoke 1, because this configuration is about which device? Spoke 1 here. So when this request would reach to the NHS, so here the registration would happen. And so what happened there? NHS would update, or hub would update its NHRP table dynamically. What would be there? That would be dynamically. Dynamically from where? So what is the, like it's coming from where? This is source, this is destination IP. So source IP is 192.1. So it would update 192.168.1.1. Okay. And who's the destination? Who's the source IP from there? 12.1. This is the only mapping I was doing it yesterday. You remember? IP and HRP map, how to reach to the, sorry, this is 2. How to reach to this? Via 12.1. So this entry would be there today, like dynamically. Okay, so it has a timer. So that timer we would check it. Okay, so up to here, the configuration will remain same. There is no changes in the configuration. So first, the step number 1, you have to check the reachability. Do we have reachability or not? Step number 2, we'll configure up to here on both the devices, and then we will start with the further configuration. Okay, so shall I start with the configuration? So just today about this entry. Yesterday, after this, the entry was what? Static. And today that is just a dynamically here. So this is like a just ARP request which goes, okay. It would send the request to that. So this device and this router also update its routing table. Oh, sorry, its ARP table. Okay. Because if your ARP is happening once in between any two devices with the help of request and a reply, on the both the sides, their ARP tables would be updated. It's not only from the one device. It's not like that who has generated request 12.1. So only 12.1 ARP table would be updated. Next time, if 11.1 is needed, again, it would perform another ARP. No, so that is means 2 times ARP. So it's not like that. So if out of these two devices, if any device has generated ARP request, okay, so what happened? That would register on the both the sides. Clear? So now let's start with the practical. I hope you have done the practical. Have you practiced? What about other students? Only one guy. Have you practiced or not? Yes. Yeah, just this
Yes,
is
sir.
just kindly practice this one. Otherwise, because now in the upcoming classes, CA based VPNs and all SSL, so many things will be there. Okay. And that would be then not a bouncer, but yeah, then there would be so many practicals. Okay. So this is 12.1.1.1.1. Because in the upcoming classes, I'll just consider I have completed, so you have done it. I'll not repeat any kind of things in the future. In case in the future, if DMVPN would be required anywhere, so I'll just pre-configure that. Everything would be pre-configured. Okay, I'll not show you. Okay, guys, let's configure it again because you can see there are so many commands. Okay, so everything would be pre-configured. So now you can see reachability is there with all the spokes. Yeah, 12.1 is also there. Okay, 12.1. Hub. Sure. So now show IP interface brief. Any tunnel interface? No. Do we have any tunnel interface here? No, only loop path. So let's configure it. Interface tunnel 0, IP address 192.160.1.1 slash. Okay. Now tunnel sources 11.1.1.1. Tunnel mode JRE multi-point. After the IP and HRP, network ID, I'll use 10. That's it. So I do show IP interface. Please. Zero. Also. Tunnel interface is up or not. Okay. But show IP and HRP because I have just created the NHRP. I have enabled NHRP, but I have not done any kind of mapping. Show IP and HRP. Is there any entry? No. Okay. Let's get back to the spoke one. Interface tunnel, just let me check it out all the interfaces before that. Interface brief. Loop back only. Interface tunnel 0. IP address 192.168.1.2. Okay. Tunnel source 12.1.1.1. Tunnel mode JRE multi-point. Then the IP and HRP. Network ID 10. Okay. So up to here it's fine. Do show IP interface brief. My tunnel interface is up. Okay. So both the sides tunnel interfaces are up or not. And now try to ping with 192.160.1.1. 160.1.1. Who's 1.1? Hub. As a source of 192.160.1.2. Won't possible. Which error would be there? Encapsulation. What would be there? There would be encapsulation. Meanwhile, just let me start the capture. What's your name? The fourth guy. Anu. Full name? Okay. First time physically, right? Online. Okay. Yeah, for the first time I have seen it. This has happened with online guys. Okay. Physical, so we know, right? At least not name, but the at least face. So, but it's okay. Now, just ping with 12.1.1.1. Just I just want to check it. This Captures are working perfectly, it's fine. Now, let's go back here to the spoke. And before that, does debug IP packet and try to ping. Encapsulation failed because on the both the sides, what is there? Even we have not configured any kind of mapping. Okay, so now hub is kind of zero touch configuration now. That's it. One more command would be needed in the future. Okay, but after that, in the context of mapping, that is a zero touch. Okay, means we do not have to do any kind of mapping on the hub now. Okay, yesterday you have seen multiple commands was there, one for the unicast traffic and one for the multicast, and that was equals to depends on the number of spokes. If 10 spokes, so how many commands was needed, or how many commands are required in MGRE? 20 commands there, right? Only on hub. So now on the spoke itself, interface tunnel 0, who's my NHS? 192.160.1. How to reach? One dot one. What's the mapping? The same mapping as like yesterday. So show IP and HRP. So on a spoke, my NHRP table has been updated. Okay. So entry is what? Never expire. This is what? Never expire, because static entry is always what? Never expire here. So now, and if you can see here, this is the timer and all, it's been increasing. Now, ping with 192.160.1.1. Who's 1.1? Hub. Sources 192.160.1.2. This is I am able to ping. But even we have not done any kind of mapping on the what? On the hub here. Now, so just this is here. In between, can you see NHRP registration and NHRP registration request and NHRP registration reply? I have generated traffic from 12, like from the spoke one. What is the spoke one outer IP? 12.1. So can you see 12.1 to 11.1 and 11.1 to 12.1 here? What is the inner header here? This is a GRE, okay, encapsulation. We are using for what? NHRP registration request. Clear? Okay. Now, let's go back to the hub one. This is the hub one. Earlier, there was no entries in NHRP table. We have seen even in NHRP, we have seen earlier, there was a no entry was there, right? Okay, don't know where exactly that was fine. Show IP NHRP now. It's updated. But this entry is not it. See, on the spoke, this is never expire, because this is the static one, because this is the entry is what? Static, but on the of hub, this is what? Done. Okay. And it has a timer which is of 2 hours. After 2 hours, this entry would be changed. Clear? Let's get back to the spoke one. Sorry, spoke 2. Same configuration ditto. Interface tunnel 0 IP address 192.160.1.3/24. Okay. Now, tunnel source 13.1.1.1, tunnel mode GRE, multi-point, IP NHRP network ID 10, IP NHRP NHS 192.160.1.1. Now do the mapping. How to reach 11.1.1. Show IP NHRP. Never expire. Okay. And now what to do? Ping with 192.160.1.1. Source of exactly. Able to ping. Show IP NHRP. Entry we have seen here. Now on the hub, how many entries would be there? 2. One is for the spoke 1, one is spoke 2. Both the entries are clear or no? Okay. So this is right now, you can see, this is my hub. And from here, I'm trying to ping with 1.1.2. So 1.1.1. I'm trying to ping with the on tunnel interfaces from hub to spoke 1. And now try to ping with spoke 3. So you can see, sorry, spoke 2. So from hub 1, I have reachability with spoke 1, sorry, hub 2, spoke 1 and spoke 2. Let's configure for the spoke 3 as well. Will take just a minute. Okay. Tunnel sources, that is I think 14.1. Yeah. 14.1.1.1. Tunnel mode GRE. Multi-point, IP NHRP, network ID 10. NHS is what? 192.160.1.1. These commands will remain same. Okay. And now from here again, just generate the traffic for what? 1.1 as a source of able to ping. Now in the hub show IP NHRP, how many entries are there? Spoke 1, spoke 2, spoke 3. Clear or not? Now from spoke 1, how many entries do we have here? 1 only. Now try to ping with WOM 192.160.1.3 as a source of able to ping to IP NHRP. Yesterday, yesterday what we were doing it. Let's consider if you want to establish a for like tunnel from here, okay, the like concept, okay, the communication, we have to do the mapping for what? Two kind of traffic. One is for unicast and one for multicast. But right now you can see even what we have done. Like this is my hub, this is spoke 1, this is spoke 2. Okay, so now we have tunnels are up here. So in between, right now you can say kind of ISP has been removed. Okay, this is not needed now anymore. So this is here, this is here, and now I'm talking about this. Clear or not? So I can ping, this is my 192.160.1.1. This is about dot 2, and this is about, we are able to ping from here to here, here to here, and all this. So on top of that, what I have to configure now? Why HRP? Because behind these hubs and spokes, we have LAN networks. So we can just advertise to them. Clear or not? Okay. And here you can see their NHRP tables are now getting update automatically. With the what entry? This is the NHRP entries. Clear or not? Anyone, do you want to make any kind of notes or something? Okay. So I'll do one thing. I'll take you back here. Okay. Up to here, the configuration is same. This is static entry here, NHS and NHRP. So just note it. Okay. next hop server.
Excuse me, sir.
And this would be guys NHC. This would be what? NHC. So all the spokes is equal to NHC, and that is next hop client. What would be that? Next hop client. Yes, someone was asking something.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
So in half every 2 hours, the data will be deleted, right, sir? Because
Right.
it's a dynamic entry.
Right.
So after 2 hours, again the spoke will be generating requests. Then it will store the data in a,
Correct.
yes, sir.
Yes, correct. In case after 2 hours, okay, once this entry would be removed, so then again NHS registration would be there. The same NHS registration request and then reply.
Okay, sir. Got it. So by that, there is any latency delay will be there, sir, for registration. It's happened no in hub.
Yes, definitely that kind of latency will be there of fractions of seconds. This is like an art. Like in art, we have same concept, same we have for this.
Okay, sir. So overcome this, there is any concept is there, sir, for this overcome?
No, you can just increase the timer of the table. That's it. But it has to be re-registered over there. Okay, because static concept is not possible if you would go with the static, okay, instead of the dynamic, that would become MGRE.
Okay.
Yes, this concept is, we call it as a DMVP. Yes. Yesterday, this entry was statically, so that concept is known as MGRE. Today it's happening dynamically. That's the reason this is known as DMVP. Yes, anything is pending? Just make a note. Physical students are doing it, just. I'm just waiting for that. So right now you can see all these devices are registered with each other, or you can say like one I ping with 192.160.1.1 as a source, or like .2 as a source of 192.161.3 is fine, and proper reachability we have, right? Now, just now the question is, What about EIGRP? Let's configure the EIGRP. Okay. Outer EIGRP 10, network 192.161. Okay, because same commands, because the why same command is required, because I'm talking about in this scenario. So which network? The network is common for all, right? Which is 192.168.1.0/24. Later, we have to advertise the loopbacks. That will do it later, but first neighborship should be up. But if you can see here, the neighborship is still down. This is like yesterday. Yesterday, there was a command for EIGRP for multicast traffic. And I hope you remember IP NHRP map, multicast traffic, and then with whom that entry was, let whatever 11.1 or 12.1 or whatever. So today's, what is the concept here? Let's get into the hub. Interface tunnel 0. This is the last command on hub. Okay, I just told you one more command was needed. So this is the last command. IP NHRP map of multicast traffic dynamic. Yesterday it was what? Manual entries. Okay, so today is what? Dynamic here. That's it. I did it here. Okay, so this entry is needed now just for the which traffic? Multicast traffic. So this is the one more command is required. That's it. And now this is kind of locked. Okay. And on the spoke, what is there? On the spoke again, one more command, which is for the multicasting again. IP NHRP mapping of multicast with its NHS. Who's my NHS? That is. So how to reach to with it? 11.1.1.1. These two more commands. That's it. This is for the which one? Multicast traffic. One is on the spokes and this is on. But yesterday we have seen multiple commands, right? So this is the dynamic.
Excuse me, sir. Sir,
Yes.
this IP NHRP map multicast 11.1.1.1. This for spoke one. If we go on spoke two, like same this one, just we change
Yes.
IP address.
Yes, because no, the thing is, all these are what? All spokes are my NHC, and for everyone who's my NHS, that's the time.
Yes.
That's the reason it will remain
Same command. Okay. Thank you, sir.
okay. Most of time in the spokes, okay, like 90%, no 90, even 95% commands will remain same, except two commands, IP address and tunnel source. That's it. After this, all commands are going to be remain same. Okay. Now, so I have already configured it on the hub. And now what I'll do, this is interface tunnel 0, IP NHRP mapping for multicast and how 11.1. I'll just copy this command and I have to paste on all the spots. Okay. Get back to the hub. Now, three messages about neighborships and all you can see, right? With 192, 193, and 194, right? So IP NHRP neighbor. Q count is 1. So what to do? Interface tunnel 0, make it one shut, and then make it no shut here. Okay. Again, it's went down, and now it's coming back as a up. Show IP NHRP neighborship, but still Q count is what? 1. This is the one of the solution. Okay, like you have to make these interfaces down and then up here. But right now I'm doing it where? Only on the up here. So same thing is needed now on the spokes also. So what I'll do, I'll just mention here. This is interface channel 0, make it shut, then make it. This is required for all the spokes. Sometime even 2 times you have to do it. Okay, shut and no shut. For the 3 is now you count this. So IP hierarchy. Clear or not? And here now show IP hierarchy. So on the spoke, who's my neighbor? 1, which is only hub here. Because if you remember, show run section in the mapping, I have defined just for NHS, not for NHC. You can see multicast is clear or not? NHC you cannot define. Okay, so show IP hierarchy neighbor. How many neighbors? Only 1, which is hub 1. Same on spoke 2. Show IP hierarchy neighbor. This is again 192.1 here, and the same again. Show IP hierarchy neighbor. Agree? Now, next solution is what? Just advertise there. LAN networks. Let's get back to the spoke here. The spoke 1. Today, I'll not advertise anything about this. Let it be. So I'll just talk about here spokes. Now, the command is router EIGRP10 network 2.2.2.0 wildcat mask. Now, next is router EIGRP10 network is okay, and then spoke 3. Clear or not? Okay. Now, so these I have advertised its network. Okay. So what is the EIGRP routing protocol configuration like concept? What is the mechanism? This is, let's consider of any router. This is my routing table. This is my neighbor table. I'm using EIGRP, so this is my EIGRP neighbor table here. Who's my neighbor right now? NHS means hub is my neighbor. And if I'm advertising any network from here, like this is my NHS. Right now I'm where? I'm on spoke 1 or any spoke. So in EIGRP, if I'm advertising my loopback, which is 2.2.2.20, or from any other way, 3.3.3.0, whatever. So I'm going to be advertised, or I'm going to be shared this information with my only neighbor. And who's my neighbor? Hub. So it means my loopback information from this device I have shared with whom? NHS. And this information I have shared with this one, and this information we have shared with this one. So it means this router will have how many network information its routing table? 3. Okay, so about 2.2 via 192.6.2, about 3 via .3, about 4 via 1.3. Okay, so let's get into the hub first. So IP route EIGRP 2.2, this one here, okay, via 192, because now physical interfaces are not there. Which one? Well, like tunnel interfaces. 3.3, how? 1.3, 4.4, 1.3. Clear or not? Okay. After this, now let's consider this is on spoke 1 here. So show IP route EIGRP. Do we have any information? No. The reason is show IP EIGRP neighbor. Who's my neighbor? Only like hub and hub has not advertised any network information yet. You remember I told you, okay, I'm not going to advertise any test. So this is the reason. If you would go back here, show IP, route EIGRP, no information, and same here, show IP, EIGRP. Sorry, show IP, route. But if you would advertise from this router here, which is router EIGRP, which is hub, my network is 1.1.1.0. So it's going to be shared with 3 neighbors, because how many neighbors do I have? 3 neighbors. And if you would go back here and if you would check it now, one information. This is information about whose loop back. Hub. Now we have, earlier it was not there, now we have, and same here, we have. So from hub 1, if I would try to ping with 2.2.2 as a source of 1.1.1, able to ping. Now try to ping with, able to ping. This is the SPOC 2, and this is any doubt, any question, sir? So this communication is what till now. Right now, I haven't talked about anything about between SPOC to SPOC. Right now, everything is happening between SPOC 2 hub here. Hub to SPOC or SPOC 2 hub. So question is, can we ping between SPOC to SPOC? Now let's consider ping with 3. This is my hub, sorry. Let's get back to the SPOC 1. Ping with 3.3.3.3. First of all, let's ping with 1.1.1.1 as a source of 2. So this ping is with whom? Hub only. Okay. And now let's try with 3.3. So this is between SPOC to SPOC. Not happening. May I know the reason? Because if you would get into its route table, show IP, route EIGRP. Do you have any 3 net information? No. Clear? Then how it's going to be worked out. So now just see what is routing protocols behavior. Routing protocols behavior is they always like works as a actually in CCNA. I used to 1 second. When I was I used to teach CCNA. So I always used to teach like routing protocols always works as a aunties model. What exactly that? That is dynamic protocols I'm talking about. What that concept? Let's consider this is one of the auntie in your society or in your mohalla, all right? She has a good circle and she has 2-3 friends. Okay. Today just she got some information somewhere, some gossips or something. So what immediately she would do? Right? If they have further networks, okay, so they would transfer it next. Same routing protocol does actually. So now what the routing protocols like EIGRP, OSPF and all, if this router, he has who is the neighbor here right now? The neighbor is always directly connected. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this router, who is neighbor? 3 is my neighbor. For this, who's my neighbor? 2 and 4 is my neighbor. For this, who is neighbor? 3 and 1, and 4 is who's the neighbor? 2. So the concept is here, if this router got some new updates, it would update its neighbor. Who's my neighbor? 3. It would send the updates toward this. That should be under the same protocol, like same EIGRP, OSPF. Okay. Now this device got the updates from where? From whom? From this is 1, 3, 4. This is from the 4th. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to be send the same information back to the same interface. No. Okay. I'm going to be send it towards what? Next. So this is received from where? 3rd one. It would forward to the 1 and then it would update. And in case if this device has a 1 neighbor only, which is 2, and I have received a news from or update from the same neighbor. So right now further, I do not have any kind of other neighbors there. So I'm not going to be update anyone, because in case if this concept would be there, no, I'll now update it back again. So what will be there? Loop. Not loop back, loop. Clear? So in AIGRP, we have one concept. And what is the reason? Who is behind this? They are not going to be share the same information with the same guy from where they have received. It's happened now. Obviously, sometimes it's happened. You just got one new information, one of your friend long back, and after a year or after 2 years, you're just sharing the same information. Do you know that happened in that year? So might be you would say, no, I only told you, na. I know because I only told you. So the same information you are again what? Sharing with me. Okay, so this is what? This is known as loop here. So we have always split horizon concept here. What we do have? Split horizon. So in routing protocols, they have a concept key that is like if I'll talk about here EIGRP. In EIGRP, we have concept if you're getting any update on some specific interface. So from the same interface, you cannot share it back to the other one. You cannot share it back from the same interfaces because on a one interface, there is only one neighbor can be possible because it's all about directly connected concept here. But right now in the spoke, what is happening in this topology, this device, the hub is getting the information about what? 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and first of all, these devices are not directly neighbors of each other. They are just neighbors of who's my neighbor. If I'll talk about my neighbor, if I'll just go back here. This is hub. This is spoke 1, and I'll just spoke 2, spoke 3 here. Okay. Who's my neighbor here? Neighbor is spoke 1, spoke 2, and spoke 3. Who's my neighbor? Hub. Who's my neighbor? Hub. Who's my neighbor? Hub here. Okay. So here we have two information, two network. We have a 3.0 network and we have a 4.0. So in its routing table, it has information ki, okay, I have 3.0 for spoke 1, sorry, 2.0, 3.0 for spoke 2, and 4.0 from spoke 3. But these are not the neighbor of each other. But this is one EIGRP concept here. And now what, as a user, what I'm expecting? Ki if this is, if I'm saying, ki, okay, no, you are not directly neighbor of this spoke to spoke, it's fine. But both of us, we are the neighbor of what? Hub or not? So what we are expecting, or what I am expecting, if spoke 1 would share any network information with hub, so hub has to forward the same information to the spoke 2. Correct or not? As a neighbor. Correct? So, but what is happening? Both the neighbors right now, they are connected on the same interface. So just hub is receiving two kind of update. One is from spoke 1, one is from spoke 2, but it's not exchanging with both the spokes here. So the reason, because here we have one concept about split horizon. That is by default enabled. So now we have to disable that split horizon, and after that they would exchange the information. They are not going to become the neighbor, no, but they would exchange their network information. So now, because you can see here in spoke 1, I have only information about my neighbor, which is 1. Again, which is spoke. I have again information only about spoke. And again, I have information about just what? Spoke only. So this is hub and spoke communication is fine. But what is not happening? Spoke to spoke. Because when I tried to ping as like spoke to spoke, it's not happening. Because 3, if destination is 3 and source is 2, so means I'm talking about the both the spokes here. So what I have to do it, I have to get into the no IP split horizon EIGRP 10. Okay, disable, make it shut, make it no shut, and just again the same command on all the spokes as well. This is here. Clear? So now just wait. Okay, because it went down and up. So show IP. Q count is 0. Neighborship is Okay, show IP route edge RP. This is mandatory. So do we have other information? 3 and 4. One is about spoke 1. Who I am? I'm 2. I just need the information in 3 and get back with the spoke 2. Show IP edge RP neighbor. So this is show IP route edge RP. 1 is hub. 2 and 4 is spoke 1 and spoke 3 here. And this is I'm on spoke 3 right now. So show IP route edge RP. I have information. Clear? Now, just let's try to ping with 3.3.3 as a source of 2.2. Okay, right now, sorry, I am on hub. It's showing the wrong command. So let me just copy and let me just get back to the hub here. Earlier, I was not able to ping. I hope you remember we tried 2-3 times, multiple times here. It was not getting ping. And now this is to the SPOC 2. Ping with 4.4.4.4. Who's this? SPOC 4. Clear or not? So we have now reachability between SPOC 2, SPOC as well. So the question is, we have question, and the question is, okay, how this, let's trace to 3.3. Let's see. What trace route would explain now? What kind of output will be there guys now? What is the meaning of trace route?
Show the hub count, sir.
Correct. It would show you the hop count, or you can say in simple language, it would show the path. How it's reaching to the destination. So how it's reaching to the destination? Could you tell me? Just first look at the screen and just check it very carefully.
It goes to the hub and hub to the spoke.
Right. This is phase 1. DMVPN phase 1. Okay. The question is why it's going like that? Why it's not going directly with SPOC to SPOC here? You have one information. Aunties they have some information. So let's consider there is some gossip. So she would be remember, right? This gossip from where she got it actually. Who like there's an auntie number 2 and she has some gossip and now she has to like obviously if you would ask auntie from where you got this information, okay, so she would tell ki auntie number 1 this lady and that lady told. So what is that? That's a source of information. What is that? That is the source. So same if you would check here in the spoke, show IP IGRP, show IP route IGRP. I want to check the source. Who's the source of this information? Who's the source? Hub is the source. So who's my next hop here? Hub here. Okay. Next hop is this one. So definitely it would is going via. So this concept is known as phase 1. So phase 1 is all about in that just note down about DMVPN phase 1. The phase 1 is about do we have any SPOC to SPOC communication? Yes, we do have, but this is via hub. So there is a no direct communication between SPOC to SPOC. This is via always what? Via hub only. So SPOC to hub, hub to SPOC. All done. Okay. So this is the concept where in your corporate, if you corporate requirement is the traffic has to pass through between the spokes, that there should not be a direct communication. There should be what? Via. It should be via this one. Is that clear? Okay. So then you have to use which concept here? Phase. Let's consider your management or your corporate is asking, okay, the traffic can be shared between the spokes, but that should be via hub only. There should not be any direct communication. So then which phase of DMVPN would you deploy? Phase 1. Okay, this is one concept. Now, the second concept, I just wanted a direct communication between spoke to spoke. Okay, so for that, what we have to do it on the now. So right now, see, hub is trying to sing when hub is exchanging the data, this information about these, this is the information about from where? From spoke 2, exchanging with what whom? Spoke 1, and it's defining who's the source. I am the source. I'm the generator actually. Okay. So in now, what we have to do it, we have to disable this option here. Okay. Key IP next hop self EIGRP. So there is a one concept. The concept is every time, whenever this device would exchange the information to the next device, it would tell I'm the only generator of this information. Let's consider an ANTIS model again. If I'll go back. Now, information is from where to where? Information is from here to here. Okay, here to here. Okay, and now this auntie would again forward to the next one. Now she is asking, now how you go to know about this? So actually, who's the originator of this one? This is the originator of this information, but she would say, no, I am the originator. I know all this. Okay, she might be, she won't tell no about the previous aunties and all, right? She will not say. So the same concept we have here. Right now, this is sending the information. This information is coming from where? Spoke 2 and sending to whom? This information is of spoke 2 and it's sharing with whom? S1, and it's telling who's the next hop. I'm the next hop, or I'm the best path. So this is the reason that traffic is reaching first where? It's reaching directly. First is traffic is reaching where? It's reaching to the this, and then it's coming to the. So now we have a concept about here. On this in EIGRP, we would define no. Okay, next hop self, because it's defining next hop as a when it's sending the data to spoke 1, defining who's the next hop. I'm the next hop. So on hub, what I'm going to do here, interface channel 0, no IP next hop self, because always I'm defining next hop as a myself for which EIGRP. Feature disable, make it shut, make it no shut. And now the same command is needed where? On other devices, and now which is on spoke 1. I hope you have already covered these things in your routing switching. These are the basic features of this one. Okay, the same concept we have to use it. So just wait for a second. Okay, and now split horizon, no next hop self and all this is the part of the EIGRP, CCNP EIGRP. Show IP, route EIGRP here. And now this is fine. Show IP, EIGRP neighbor. Neighborship is up, but I am hub. So I am hub means two information from 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 is fine. But the problem is not here. The problem is here because previously 1, 3, 4. For that, who was the next hop? Hub only. So now, what about now? Show IP, route EIGRP. Clear or not? So direct spoke to spoke communication. Okay, because now, next time if I generate a traffic for 3.3, ping with 3.3.3.3 as a source of it would goes directly. How would you check it? Yes. So instead of going via hub, now it's going via what? Okay, so this concept is known as phase 2. Okay, but we have one actually phase 2 is not that in the phase 2 we have one disadvantage. Summarization of network is not possible here. What is not possible? Network summarization. One dot directly. And now if I would trace route with the 4.4.4.4. So instead of going via, now it's direct communication between SPOC to SPOC. So again, you can see here for 3.3, directly 1.3, because this is 3.3 and this is 1.3. And now for the 4.4, this is 1.3. Clear? Now in this is again part of syllabus like of your CCNP. We have concept about ICMP redirection. Have you been in SBI Bank ever? There is a one concept. The concept is this is counter number 1, counter number 2, counter number 3, counter number 4, counter number 5. You have some work today, might be you're just applying for the ATM card or credit or whatever. You would just go there. They would, okay, no, I'm not the right person. Go to the next counter. Go to the next counter. Go to the next counter. Like instead of doing what they are doing it, they're just redirecting. Okay, but might be this is actually they are redirecting, because might be this is a cashier and you're asking him or her, could you just tell me the process of credit card, and but she or he is a what? Cashier. Obviously, he or she is not the concerned person. So they are just redirecting. What? No. Go to the counter number 5, because counter number 5 is what? That is for the credit card there. So now, so this is what? First time is here, and now it's redirected towards what? 5. This is on the day 1. So if you are going again next day, so again, will you go to the this counter? No, you would go where directly? This concept is known as redirection. So now we have to enable same redirection. This is the concept about like a ICMP redirection. So what happened? First of all, we have to disable phase 2. And we have to get back with the phase 1. And for that, what to do? Just come back here. Interface tunnel 0. Remember this? Enable it again. Just remove the what? No. Make it shut and make it no. Shut now. And same all the other. SPOC 1. SPOC 2. SPOC 3. Just wait and watch for a minute. Okay. Show IP has been enabled. Still it's getting up. Okay. So just wait. Q count 0. It's fine. Let's get back to SPOC 1. Show IP. Oh, just one second. I'm not disabling split horizon, because if I disable split horizon, so it would goes via what? No, so then there won't be any communication. Reason like hub will not share the information of SPOC 2 with the SPOC 1 and SPOC 1 information to any other SPOC here. So that is just to enable that communication. But this concept was forward. Instead of going via hub, it was going what? Directly. Okay. So this time, IP, show IP, route EHRP. It's going via hub only, but still we do have reachability, trace route with 4.4.4.4. Okay, so it's going via hub. Okay, So now we have redirect. Let's consider today if you would ask me, okay, Amit, could you explain OSPF or EIGRP, this concept? I'm not the concerned person. So what I'll do, I'll redirect it, check with Kundan sir or check with the Nikunj, because they are from the routing switching. And might be if you would ask them, like, let's consider you are asking Kundan, hi, Kundan, could you explain anything about ICE? Or might be if you would ask anything about the FortiGate, or so what they would ask, we are from routing and switching, talk to Amit or Sushil, right? The reason, because we are the concern for the security. If you want to ask anything about the cloud, you have to connect with me only. If you would ask any other faculties or management, so they would always redirect you towards me in the context of cloud. So because that is the best. And next time, if you would have any question or doubt, again, directly you would come to me only, right? So same we have right now. So this is the phase 1. So in the phase 2, what is the concept here? The phase 2, we have to enable the concept about IP and HRP redirect here. So first of all, I'll go to the hub, interface tunnel 0, IP and HRP redirect. This is IP and HRP redirect. And now go to the spokes, and here IP and HRP shortcut. IP and HRP shortcut, and then we have concept about. I have enabled. Now copy hub, spoke 1, spoke 2, spoke 3. So in the phase 3, the first packet would goes via this, and second packet onwards, everything would be. Clear? So this is the concept where you want in a summarization. Let's consider you want in some network summarization in your DM VPN. Phase 2 doesn't support. So which is the solution? Phase 3. So now what's the difference between phase and phase 2? There are so many differences, but the one and the main concept is, if you want network summarization in your DM VPN concept, so then use phase 3. And if you do not want it, then go with phase 2. It would redirect. Now see. Anything? Okay. Let's finish your notes first.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
The yesterday in MGR also we used this EIGRP routing, right? So
What we use?
EIGRP for network.
Yes.
And so there this Bit Horizon was not there, right? Why so?
So I didn't get it. Sorry.
Yesterday for MGR for this LAN network advertisement we use EIGRP, right?
Yes.
So it was advertising the network to the spoke, right? At least one that 2.2.2 was advertised on the router 3.3, right?
Right.
There is no Bit Horizon there.
Actually, that was a static concept. Because that yesterday manually we were defining ki I'm going to be exchange my unicast or dynamic IP with what? With the spoke 1 or between spoke 2. So yesterday it was just yesterday the communication was not happening via hub. Okay. Because today they are exchanging everything with whom? NHS. Okay. If you can see, if you would go to the spoke 1 and if you would check it out here, show IP. Show 1 second. Show run interface tunnel 0. Okay. And if you would check it here, I have just exchanged with whom? NHS. Yesterday, it was happening with what? With all the devices. Clear?
Thank you, sir.
That's the reason. So now we have done it. So now, so show IP RP neighbor, it's fine. So show IP route EIGRP. This is all clear. Okay. Now, spoke one, show IP route EIGRP. Okay. This is again what? Via 1.1 and 1 via .2. Everything is showing what? It's not showing directly, it's showing just where? To the hub one here. Now, trace route. Trace route with whom? Trace route with the 2.2.2. Not 2. Sorry. From spoke one, I'm trying to trace route what? Loopback. So this is my first time I'm just trying to do it. Let's see what would be the output. First going to hub and then coming back to spoke. And now this was the first packet. Now second. Directly to let's trace with the 4.4. This is another one. And in between, I hope you can see the messages we have. Traffic indication. From 11.1. Who's 11.1? Hub. One is NHRP traffic indication, which is about what? 12.1. And this is towards 13.1. So this is means they're just telling you this is your best path. I'm not the best path. Okay, who's the best path? You can communicate directly. So information to the it's informing to the both the devices. So this is about 4. And this is now again, if you would do it, this is 4. This time is again directly. Right? Clear or not? Now, next after this, crypto as a CAM policy 10, encryption 3 dash, hash MD5, group 2, authentication, pre-ship. Crypto as a CAM key, Cisco address. Okay. Then crypto IPsec transform set, T set here. ESP 3 dash and ESP MD5. Now, after this, crypto IPsec profile, which is IPsec set transform set T set. This is clear. Interface tunnel 0. Then tunnel protection with IPsec profile. Okay, name is what? IPsec. I'll just copy because right now today my all the tunnel interfaces I'm using same. Yesterday I was using different and this is 00. So now I'll just copy and paste on all the devices. No typo error, nothing. All clear. All clear. Okay, and after that, if you want to ping between 3.3.3.3 as a source of 2.2.2.2. Okay, show crypto IPsec. We have to make all the interfaces, all the tunnel interfaces down, and then we have to make it again up. Okay, so after that, you would be able to see everything would be in the encrypted. So now, when started. Okay, because these are the EIGRP hello messages. Okay, so what we have done today we have completed DMVPN phase 1, DMVPN phase 2, DMVPN phase 3. Okay, phase 1 is all about spoke to hub to spoke here. This is all about what? Spoke to spoke, but no network summarization. This is first packet is spoke to hub to spoke, and after that, everything is between spoke to spoke here. Then IPsec over DMVPN. Next concept would be dual hub. Dual hub is what? How many hub I'm using right now? I'm using a single hub. I'm using how many hub here? Single hub here. So now what I'm going to be do here, we have to add one more hub into this. We have to do it. We have to add one more router, which would be act as a hub one, or no, sorry, hub 2, and this is into this. Interfaces are over, like we do not have any further interface, so I'll just add here. This is clear. Okay. Now, after this would be what? This would be act as a hub 2 here. So we would configure some IP here. Let's consider. We'll use here as a 15.1.1.1. Then tunnel IP would be needed. That would be, let's consider here. We'll use .5 and one loop back here. Something. Is this clear? This is needed here. So what will be there in the configuration perspective? Whatever we have configured here, we have to ditto configure on this. Just one extra one thing would be required. Okay, right now, who's my act? So out of 2 hub, we have to decide who would be my active hub. This would be my active hub, and I would define this as like as a backup. So here, the router, the hub, which one you want to use as a backup, you have to define who's my NHS. Okay, so normally in this network, who's NHS? That's it. Okay, so in future, if this would be down, let's consider we would talk about the phase 1. Phase 1 traffic is redirecting, like traveling what via this. If your hub is down, obviously there won't be any communication between that. I'm talking about in the term of the phase 1. So what we have to do it right now here, who's my NHS? I have just defined only one command 11.1. So tomorrow we have to define one more. That's it. Okay, so this configuration will do it tomorrow. So tomorrow this would be the next and the last topic, DMVPN, dual hub. And after this, tomorrow, because this we can finish it in half an hour only. Okay, half an hour, or max to max it would. I don't think so even it would take 1 hour. So 40 or 45 minutes only. Okay, and after that, tomorrow I'll start with CA based VPN. Theoretical portion. Okay, so at least we'll start with the theory. Clear? Okay, so I'm done for the day. Or do you want to continue with the dual hub? it would take another spoke to spoke communication was enabled with. That is with, I have, this is a notepad and I have already mentioned into this. Into this, I have mentioned here how to enable phase 3. So I have phase 3, disable first of all, phase 2, take it back to the phase 1, then IP NHRP redirect on the hub, and then on the spoke, IP NHRP shortcut. Okay, so this is already uploaded. Clear? So guys, any doubt, any questions, anyone?
Excuse me, sir.
All clear?
Hello.
Vincent, Dinesh, you are not audible.
Not audible, sir.
No, you are not audible. It's is Dinesh like audible to anyone else? Is this Dinesh is audible to anyone else, guys? Because
No, sir.
no, right? Yeah.
Hello.
Dinesh? Yes, Dinesh.
Yes, sir. Now audible, sir?
Yeah.
Now, yes, now you're audible.
Sir, what is the benefit for the phase 3 network summarization you said, no? What
That is summarize. You don't know, like summarization. Let's consider behind this network, you have multiple what? Networks over here. You have 100 of networks and you want to summarize that. Okay.
Got it.
Okay, that's summarization I'm talking about. Let's consider if you are overall using 10.0.1.0/24, then 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. You have multiple networks over here. So what I'll do, instead of advertising these multiple networks, I'll advertise.
Whole network, right? I got it.
This is the summarization. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So guys, then see you tomorrow. We'll continue with the dual hub and then we'll start with the theory of CA based VPN as well. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.